Okay, so it's a couple days before Flock Fiber Festival, and I thought that I would tell you a little bit about my process going to a fiber festival. I usually give you a bunch of updates afterward, and I will again, but I thought you would like to see what goes into planning or going to a fiber festival. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pick up all of the projects off of the floor and the blocking mats because they are ready to be packed now. So these can go into the suitcase. So let's get started. Hello and welcome back to the Knit Life Oils YouTube channel. Okay, so the first thing I always do when I am getting ready to actually leave for the trip, like packing to leave, is I put out all my outfits like this so that I can see what they all look like, and then they're way easier to pack. So let's just shout myself out because I'm super excited. All of the stuff I made for Flock is done and blocked and ready to be put into outfits. Yay for me! Okay, which is a huge improvement from last year because last year this tank top, the day before I left from Flock, was still blocking and I had to block it in my trunk on the way. So that is a huge improvement this year, right? Okay, so let's go through outfits. So these are kind of side outfits. This one is what I'm going to wear on Thursday morning. And then I'm going to a water park during the day. So I have kind of a break. And then I'm hosting a knit night, or attending, being a part of a knit night on Thursday night. And so I'm going to wear this. These are my mini skeins from Maribel at Rainier Roses, whose yarn is in that shop and will be at Flock. I almost said Rhinebeck. It's not Rhinebeck yet. It's Flock because it's August. Okay. So then Friday is setup day, and this is actually a modified outfit because it wasn't working the way I planned it, and so I get to wear my sparkle tank top, which I'm super excited about, with jeans because it's not going to be super hot, so I think that this is going to work out just fine with my Get Set and Go shawl in DNA from Little Wing Fibers, who has a booth. And then let's unbury this a little bit so we can see it better. So this is my official Flock top that I'm wearing on Saturday in Bad Sheep yarn, and this is Rainbows and Airwaves. It will be there, and this has sparkles in it. I don't know if you can see it. The sparkles don't show up on camera very well, which is really sad, but I think it's going to sparkle under the skylights at the venue, which is going to be awesome. So then this is my other tank top. Oh, that is the, what is this called? Oh, the Hope top. That's what it's called. This one is my Aket tank top that I made for last year's Flock, and I'm wearing again this year. The yarn, I got to dye with Maggie from Yarnaceous, and we call it Taylor Katie's version because it looks like Taylor Swift in all of her eras, which is fantastic. So those are the outfits. So now I need to start putting stuff into my suitcase. Okay, so time to start putting things in my suitcase. So while I do this, I thought that I would tell you about some of the things that I've already done. So I finished all my projects, like you saw, which sometimes takes longer than I wanted to, and so it doesn't always, end up with the timeline great. So this time it did, which was awesome, because I had a couple weeks to block things, and some of them were doing funky stuff, so I had time to fix it, which is awesome, because a lot of times I don't, and the tank tops take 2 or 3 days to dry, so it was great that those were easy to fix, and I had time to fix them this year. So Flock is close enough to me that I can drive, which is great because that means I don't have to stuff all of my knitted stuff into a suitcase, and I get to, spread out a little bit in my car, which is a super big perk of Flock for me because I don't have to deal with airlines or all of that stuff, and it just makes my life a lot easier. So I did clean out my car though. So one of the things that I have done for fiber festivals since, I don't know, really since the first fiber festival I went to probably like 12 years ago is, so I paint my nails. And this has done so well for me because I have a photo of like my hands at one of the first festivals I went to, and my nails are painted. And so I always paint my nails now. So this time they are teal. I don't know if you can see the sparkles in them. There you go. So they're teal sparkles, which is great. I also did my toenails. They don't have sparkles, but they're still teal. And because it's summer and I'm wearing flip-flops the whole time because it's summer and I am. So yes, those are some of the things that I got ready. I've been working on outfit combinations for a couple weeks in my head for sure. A couple of them didn't work tonight when I went to lay them out, and so I kind of had to pivot a little bit, and shout out to my sister who keeps me humble and was like, those don't match. Try again. Do you have any other options? That's not the option. Okay. So that we got taken care of. Yeah, let's see what else. So one of the things we learned last year is that we need snacks. So it's a lot easier to do this when I'm driving because I can keep stuff in my car, like I said. And so currently I'm obsessed with Chomps bars and IQ bars. So those are my snacks I have pretty much every day at home. And so now I get to have them every day at Flock, which is great. And it's going in my pink backpack because my pink backpack is awesome. And it makes me really happy. And so we're going to pack stuff in that. And I haven't decided yet if I'm going to walk around with my pink backpack or I'm going to walk around with my New York bag. I'm going to take them both. And then we'll kind of decide and where stuff needs to go or fit. I am doing a meetup in the Struck It booth. And so I'm bringing this to block because it blocks really pretty in my Struck It bucket, I guess. This is just Struck It. And then one of these yarns is Ross from Twisted Ambitions, who has a booth this year. So that is super exciting. So a lesson that I learned the hard way at Flock last year is that, so if you are finishing your projects up until the day that you leave, you have a little bit of an issue because when you get there, then what do you work on? Well, last year I brought 3 new projects to cast on and every single one of them had issues. So by like 12 hours in, I didn't have anything to knit. And that just made the weekend really long. I was not finding good combos of needles and yarn, like to go together to like cast on something new or like projects or whatever. Like it just wasn't working and my brain was so overloaded that I just could not. So this year I am bringing 3 projects. It was going to be 2, but then last weekend I got a really good idea for a new project. That's not a great travel project, but apparently it's going to be a travel project. And, yeah, so now we're bringing 3 projects, which definitely 2 of them are not travel projects. The other ones, maybe. Okay, so none of these are great travel projects, let me be clear, but we're doing it anyway. So this is a bag I got last year from Fangirl Fibers. And it says, long live all the magic we made. It's a Taylor Swift bag, and I'm obsessed, which actually works out perfectly because my giant sweater that I'm insisting on bringing only fits in this bag. So this is my gelato cardigan, and now I'm super excited because I get to go back to working on it because I had to put it down to make my Flock tank top. And this is my Rhinebeck sweater. And pretty much everything I'm working on now is for Rhinebeck because apparently for some unknown reason, my brain thinks that I need a new wardrobe for every fiber event. So I have about 2 months and a week, to finish my Rhinebeck wardrobe. So that's good. We'll hopefully have that done in time. But this is my main Rhinebeck sweater piece thing. And it's also my birthday sweater, so it'll be perfect to wear. But I'm just really excited to bring it with me to Flock. I don't know why, but apparently I need to bring it. So that's what we're doing. In this bag, we have a new Katie shawl. Yes, it is actually called the Katie shawl. I did not design it. It is designed by Cozy Up Knits, and one of the sisters, her name is Katie, which is why it's called that. I have several of these shawls, but I've been imagining this shawl for a while. It's black, and then it has my other Tropical Vibes mini skein set. So these, and so far it looks like this, and it has these really cute little eyeball stitches, but yeah, there are some color changes and stuff, so it's not the perfect travel project, but it'll work. And I have my scissors in here, and there's no TSA, so I don't have to worry about them getting confiscated, which is great. We love that. Usually I've never had a problem, but there's always the chance. So that's my Katie shawl. I keep wanting to call it the eyeball shawl because it has an eyeball stitch, but that's not the name of it. So then in here, this is really not a travel project, can we be clear? So I was really obsessed with the construction of the tank top on my flock top. It went from the top down, and so the top was a little bit, you had to follow it row by row. I wouldn't call it like totally fiddly, but it was definitely not intuitive. Like you had to pay attention to what you're doing. And it was really cool though, because I was able to try on my tank top, and I've never had a tank top that I could try on while I was making it. You always do it from the bottom up, and then you can't try it on, and then you have to knit for like 18 inches before you can see if it's even in the right place. And it's fine. It's just not my favorite way to do it. I feel like that's less of an issue maybe with sweaters. Like I have some more like indication of what's happening, but tank tops is a little bit harder. And so this is a new tank top that just came out. It's called the Beach Ball Tank, and it has where you can fade. And so it doesn't tell you exactly how to fade, but it does give you some indicators. And I have this 10 skein mini skein set from Rose City Yarn Crawl last year, and so I'm going to show it to you, see if I can not dump it out. And as soon as I saw it, I went, oh, okay. I really like this construction and I want to try this. And then I was like, okay, what yarn could I use? And I went, oh, this could be really cool. And so I've done one color change so far. I'm having to figure out how the color changes work and make sure I have enough yarn for each one. So I have to bring my mini scale. Oh darn, I love my mini scale. It's actually not in here right now, but it's a cute little pocket scale, and it will be perfect for travel. And then I will just make it magically appear like Mary Poppins, which is awesome. So anyway, those are the 3 projects that I am packing. They, I think, are gonna go in my pink backpack. I'll probably, yeah, I don't know which one I'm gonna work on tonight. So we'll just put them all in here for now, and then we'll kind of backtrack from there. But that is kind of my plan. Yeah, so it's gonna be a super fun weekend. What am I looking forward to? Okay, so my number one thing about Fiber Festivals is I'm always looking forward to the community. There's an energy and a magic that I crave, and I wait I would say all year, but now I go to so many Fiber Festivals a year that it's not really that long, but it's been like 3 months because it's summer, and so there's not as many Fiber Festivals in the summer, and I'm itching to go. And so it's gonna be so good, and I'm so excited. One of my favorite things about Flock in particular, there is a coffee shop out on the front side of the convention center. It's called Monorail. We found it last year, and they have the best coffee. And I got to go up there in April this year for something else, and I got Monorail. I was like, oh my gosh, did I forget how good this was? And so I'm going to be spending a lot of time at Monorail, and I'm okay with that. We're gonna go with it because I only get it for this time and this like event or weekend. So I just kind of go with it. And that's kind of my philosophy for events in general, is like, this is the time. Like, this is when it's happening. This is when everybody's here. This doesn't happen all the time. And so I kind of just go with it and do as much as I can, like within my physical capacity, because I will go for 16 hours if I'm not careful. But it's fun and I love it, and it feeds my soul, and that's what it's supposed to do. So anyway, that is my little pre-flock game plan and what I have been working on as far as projects and planning. So stay tuned for my after flock recap, and pay attention to my Instagram and my stories, and I will take you along with me. I will talk to you soon.